Good morning. Happy Sunday. Dr. Dan Yachter, the chiropractor. Go Gators. Everybody got their Gator shirt on this morning? Give me a thumbs up if you got your University of Florida Gator shirt on. Sporting it this Sunday. And you got your horse mile farming gardening hat on this morning. If you don't have one, you need to get one. Woo, we got some nice weather last night. Hey, Cece, boy, did it storm. If you're in Central Florida, Lake Mary, Sanford especially, man, you got some serious storming last night. And we are clearing the lake shore here. Did some fishing yesterday. And we're going to talk about out of sight, out of mind, right? And that has to do with the immune system. We're going to jump into that. And let's see what the lightning, the electron potential sent down from the heavens did to my cherry tree. Nothing. Didn't shoot any fruit off there. And, caused a little bit of growth, but no mulberries. But we are thankful for lightning. Lightning is important. It's an important part of the growth of life around us, right? So it's interesting. All of these things that we relate to, or we think of, or we connect to, being sick or being ill. What are some of those things? Maybe leave comments as well as I sound these off, but coughing, sneezing, burning, a fever, vomiting, diarrhea, maybe itching, skin conditions, things of that nature. All of these are detoxification survival mechanisms, or as we call, and as Dr. B.J. Palmer, the developer of chiropractic, called survival reflexes. These are survival reflexes, right? Better out than in. The innate wisdom and intelligence of your body knows that it's better out than in, right? Expression, the symptomatic expression is there to save our lives, to get things out. Again, these are survival reflexes, and they kick in a high gear when our body thinks there's a significant pathogenic threat. These symptoms or signs or really natural mechanisms just go into a heightened state, and we become more aware of them if there is a major breach. But most of us are never taught the fact that these things are going on behind the scenes at all times. Good morning, Mary. Good to see Mighty Emery's. These things are going on all the time behind the scenes. It's only when they kick up to any significant discomfort level that most people start taking medications to suppress them. Fever suppressants, cough suppressants, what are known as pyrogenics to decrease the fever. Whatever it may be, whatever drug is out there that's advertised that we see that's going to relieve our discomfort, that's what we're taught to do, right? But again, these are ways our bodies express health. In our family, actually, when symptoms come about, overt symptoms, we call that health expression. But again, these things are going on behind the scenes all the time. And I always relate it to like a military, right? The United States has the strongest military and might in the world, and all the other countries of the world know not to mess with us. And that, just the size and might power of our military is a massive deterrent. Just tanks moving around and satellites watching what we do and what we have, that's enough of a deterrent for other countries not to mess with us. And if they do, they know they'll feel the wrath of a flight of B-52 bombers or B-2 bombers over their over their countries, right? So again, the immune system works the same. It's always at work, even when it seems dormant. It's deterring pathogens, whether they're viruses, bacteria, viruses, yeast, parasites, protozoans, worms, whatever these things are, trying to take over. By the way, they're always there. Whatever's outside in the outside ecosystem is inside of us, but it's always to be kept in balance and check, homeostasis, right? That's what the immune system is there for, is to make sure that everything and everybody is playing in a friendly way, right? So it's always all there, but it's just a matter of being kept in balance, check, ease, right? That's what we always talk about as chiropractors. We want ease, not dis-ease. And the way it's kept in check is there are always fevers going off, there's phlegm coming up, there is coughing, there's sneezing. This stuff's going on all the time, all day long, all week long, all month long, all year long. It's always there. It's always, again, only when they become a nuisance or create discomfort, or a fever becomes enough, where there's enough malaise and we just have to lay in bed all day. That's when we become cognizant of our immune system. But our immune system's always at work. So the title of this post and this video is out of sight, out of mind, right? So we don't think of our immune systems unless they're making us uncomfortable. But again, all these mechanisms are there to protect us, to get stuff out that should not be in there. And we're going to learn about all of this Tuesday night. I'm so excited about the upcoming masterclass this Tuesday, building a titanium immune system and growing and raising a healthy, drug-free family. 6:30 p.m. at my office in Lake Mary. And we want you there, whether you're a patient or not, especially if you have a young family or you are planning a family. This is for you, but anybody and everybody will benefit from learning this information. How to build a healthy, strong, free, drug-free, not strong-free, but drug-free family. How to raise up, even if you are a solo person in your house, how to stay strong and healthy, right? Building a titanium immune system, dual title, we want you there. And we're going to talk about how do you build the immune system like a muscle? Can you grow immune system like a muscle? There are all these different parts. And you look at it, if you've ever gotten a CBC, a CMP, which is your general physical panel, your blood panel, comprehensive metabolic panel, it usually comes along with a CBC, a complete blood count, which is looking at your platelets, red blood cells, white blood cells, the percentages, the absolutes, all of that. And that's actually looking at your immune system. And it's looking at things, you'll see things listed on your CBC. If you've ever had blood work, which most of you have, you'll see on that CBC, you'll see things like neutrophils, monocytes, basophils, eosinophils, dendritic cells, sometimes those are listed, mast cells. All of these are the innate frontline part of the immune system, especially the neutrophils. Those are the Marines of the immune system, right? So how do you make these stronger? Really, how do you just support them well, right? We always say the body needs no help to heal and work properly. It just needs no interference. So actually, how do you really just, it's a matter of getting out of its way, not interfere with it, not block it, but allow it to work the way God designed it to work in the first place. And so how do you get these cells? There's these cells that are there fighting for us, our Marines, right? The toughest of the toughest. They're there. These cells are making sure that nothing really breaches, nothing gets down into the system. You have things like tonsils and adenoids. Hopefully you still have yours. Unfortunately, I don't have mine. I had my adenoids ripped out, unfortunately. But these things, what is a sore throat? What do symptoms mean? That's what we're going to be talking about. Part of what we're going to be talking about. You have a sore throat. What does that mean? If you're a parent, what does that mean if your child has a sore throat? Well, it means that your tonsils, adenoids are trying to signal, right? They're right behind kind of the nasal cavity there, right? They're trying to signal to you that something is breached. The defenses, trying to get further down into the body. And these adenoids and tonsils and lymph nodes, these are lobster traps. And they swell. When they swell, they hurt. They become sore. And that is a signal to you that there's been a breach and that your immune system is at work. But the key is, how do we interpret that, right? And that will determine it all right there. That determines whether we take the path of sickness and disease, or we take the path of strength and strengthening and vitality and energy and raising a healthy drug-free family and building a titanium immune system. How do you work with these different parts of the immune system? We have over 800 lymph nodes, lymph vessels, mainly lymph nodes scattered throughout our body, there to protect us, these lobster traps. Tissues, all these different tissues, which I just mentioned, a couple of adenoids, tonsils. As you go further into the body, you have the thymus. The lymph nodes in the thymus, they train up the acquired immune system, right? We're going to learn about this. We're not going to get too technical, but it's important to get the overall picture of what the immune system is, what it does. And then once we do that, we figure out how do we strengthen it? What are the things? Not overloading and trying to do too many things, but what are the key strategies to do each and every day to make sure that you can truly bulletproof your body and support your immune system, work with it, not against it, right? So we have all kinds of things that are happening in our body, different tissue. There are lymph nodes. There's a lymphatic system that's lining our lungs, the BALT, the bronchial-associated lymphoid tissue. Over 80%, if not more, of the immune tissue is lining the gut and the alveolar tissue with a lung tissue. And then, of course, throughout the stomach, 80% plus of all the immune tissue in the body lining the GI tract. So you have the MALT, the myeloid-associated lymphatic tissue, from mouth to anus, lining the stomach, just protecting us, these sentries that stand guard, protecting us from pathogens. Then you have things like the appendix, the Peyer's patches. You have the spleen. You have all these different organs along the way that are protecting us, that make up the immune system. The bone marrow. How do you support the bone marrow? Because those are the stem cells that actually grow into white blood cells, red blood cells, and platelets, right? How do you support them? Most people don't know that there's actually a way to feed your immune system, to give it what it needs, the building blocks. And by the way, it all starts in the bone marrow, right, with the stem cells. So bones. How do you support all these different elements of the immune system? How do you support them? Not make them stronger. They're already strong. We're born with these things strong. Okay? We have an innate immune system that's passed on by our moms. And the key is just, again, not getting in the way of what it's programmed and wired to do, right? It's already superior. You already have the highest upgrade, right? You don't have to get the next version of the software. We have the supreme software. There are no updates. There are no upgrades that you need. God literally designed the ultimate healing machine. And we just need to, again, work with it and not against it. And it all starts with an understanding of what are symptoms. What is your body doing? How does it do what it does? Why does it do what it does when something has breached your body? Understanding the body, how it operates, right? We're going to talk about the operating system. If you understand the operating system, why it does what it does, when it does what it does, what are the functions? We're going to keep it simple and basic. I promise. We're not going to get too technical. And when you understand how fearfully and wonderfully made we are, how miraculously made we are, you gain a better trust. You gain a stronger faith in your body's ability to do what it needs to do when it needs to do it, and you can trust it. That's the key, is to learn how to trust it. And that's what we're going to be talking about this Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. We want you there. Mary, Carol, Ron, all of the masterclass faithfuls, we want you there and more. We invite the entire community for the most important masterclass of the year. Come join us and understand how powerfully you're built, especially your immune system, and learn how to build it year over year, no matter what the age, year over year, make it stronger. They call it, there's a term, immunoessence or immunosenescence. Immunosenescence means that there's nothing you can do as you start getting in your 60s, 70s, 80s. You age and your immune system ages with you. That's aging of the immune system. But that's not true. I have patients, and there are people who come in this way, and there are people I care for decades, where you look at their blood work and their immune system is actually getting stronger as they're aging. So again, there's a way to build it up. There's a way to keep it strong. And you're going to learn all that this Tuesday. We want you there. And for those who attend monthly, we salute you. For those of you guys who've come intermittently, we want you there. We want you back. Awesome CC, excellent. And for those of you guys who've never been there, do not feel strange or awkward. If you've never been to the office before, you've never met me in person, you could just show up, sit down, learn, absorb, and you could do one of two things at the end. You could either get up and leave, nobody's going to make you feel uncomfortable, or you could come up and say hello. Of course, I'd love to meet you if you visit the office. But again, all I'm issuing a call of action for is just to come out and learn and grow and elevate with us. I want the community to have this knowledge. This knowledge is powerful, it's life, and it will elevate you to the next level of not only thinking in regards to your health, but your ability to express your best health for life. We want you there. Thanks for joining me. Everybody have a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous Sunday. And it is beautiful. The storms have passed, and it's going to be a great, beautiful day. Everybody have a great one. Take care.